All right, people. How we doing out there today? First things first. My name's Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Infusion Light Energy Gain. Free connection nonsense. All right. Are we Bluetooth on this side? Let me see. Come on, phones. Act right. I'm gonna make sure I'm Bluetoothed on this side. We got a Bluetooth in there. We've got no choice because can't go through that reconnection nonsense today. Let me see what I got to do on this side. The Bluetooth. Let's see. Connection. Make sure my tether is up. Alright, that's working. Alright, it should be telling up on this side. Okay. Oh, it should be. Let's check on this side. See what we got going on over here. See if we can tether this in. Alright, Bluetooth into the phone. Because I can't be doing that nonsense today. Alright, so this is explaining because right now we're on Facebook, and on Facebook I had to go through a whole lot of stuff over there to explain again what it is, because we've been making screen paint for so long that they literally think it's a screen paint they can buy. No, can't buy this at all. We're not selling this in a screen paint. It's not in a screen paint form for you to buy it anyway. It is a tile system. Now the tile system doesn't go by traditional styles of bricking or tiling in a 120 or 100-inch screen. It's whatever comes close to that measurement of that screen. Do you have to have, and this is the part that gets me about projectors and sizes, do you have to have a 120-inch screen to fit your projector? No, you don't. Really, you can actually move your projector back. You'll notice you get 122, 123, 124. You'll get a size like that. The only reason why at that particular time, why you had to have a screen that actually fit 120, that actually fit 100 inches, because the screens were gray and white. That's why it required a border. You couldn't go past the border. That was the problem. This technology is black. They don't have borders attached to them. So border doesn't exist in one of these screens, which means if you got an extra 23, an extra 24, extra 25 that you can basically get on your pullback on your projector, you can have it because the screen is borderless. Where if you had a gray and white screen that has a border connected there, and that felt is designed it, once that screen image pulls out, if it hits the felt, it becomes dark and you can't see it. It's to keep it in line. That's the problem you have with the traditional gray and white screens, even the gunmetals, the border is there. That's why now a lot of the gunmetal screens are borderless, because they figured out that, if you want to have these odd sizes, and then they started charging you for odd sizes because it's okay, this does 123. If they pull back past the border, we don't have the 2 inches in the way anymore. We're going to charge you for 123 inches. And that's why you'll see if you go to certain places like Silver Ticket, I bought odd size screens. These are screens that come in 123, 114, weird sizes, because they notice that once they remove the border, there's 2 extra inches of screen there, and they can charge you for it. We don't do that. So that's why I said, in this business, you have to understand other companies, your technology, the borderline, which is going to make a fantastic freaking topic right there. But anyway, yeah, that's why when you have a gray screen or a white screen, a lighter screen, and it has a 2-inch border, you can only drop it back to the size of 120 inches because the border is in the way. When you have a black technology, not needed at all, period. So that's why the tiles don't have particular cut sizes, because you don't need them. Unnecessary. What makes it also worse too about the border is the fact that you have to consider the fact that they take away from your screen. Sometimes some companies will take away an extra 2 inches from the border and say your viewing area is going to be 98 inches when it's supposed to be 100 inches. Technically, the screen altogether is supposed to be 112 inches. That's including the border itself. And the screen is supposed to be 100 in the middle. But they get dirty and they cheat you and they give you 98 inches and they take 2 inches off of the border and consider that to be a part of the screen. There's all kinds of stuff that goes on, especially with the whole physical screen era. They have their own little areas in there too. You got to be careful about. But that's where I had a customer contact me. So we don't have you don't have official sizes. No, because you don't understand the whole entire physics of it all. You don't understand that when you buy a gray and white screen, they automatically have a border. Why is the border there? It's designed that when your screen expands out, it basically fits in that nice little trim. So you're just stuck in 120 inches. You can't expand out that. If you want to expand out that area, you're going to cost you a little bit more money. If you want to do about 2 or 3 inches outside of that border, that's a customized screen. That's going to cost you a little bit more money. Where in this technologies are tiles. If you want to expand out 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, which you'll be able to do on this technology, this doesn't cost you anything because it's a borderless technology. So that right there, what you're seeing right now, is the big boy. That's the 26. Sorry, got it mixed up. 24 by 36. That's how big they are. That's how impressive they look. They're absolutely gorgeous. And mind you, one of these packages I think has about 4 of those in there. Yeah. That's how your screen's going to look in your living room. You see what they look like on ultra short throw. They're insane on ultra short throw. You can have it sticking right underneath a light. Doesn't even affect it in any way whatsoever. Once we get our white certified screen in here, you get a chance to see how much more the advancement is. It's insane. So it's just like having a TV. It is. I'm going to stick my monitor next to it so you can see. It's just like having a TV. So that explains why there's no particular sizes for it, because it allows you to be able to customize. This is customized technology. These surfaces can be cut to size. So it allows you the customization. Which again, if you want to do customization, you got to pay a lot of money for it, especially when it comes to a projection screen. Are they weatherproof? Yes, they are. You take them outside. They can take a lot of beating. Are they submersible? Yeah, they can be submerged underwater. They have that capability. They do have the ability of a new version of Gain, which allows light to transfer through a screen, which is just what AdTech does. AdTech transfers light through the screen back and forth. Indirect sunlight can push right through it. This technology can actually, any environment we stick it in, it's going to fire up. That means you can move your screen anywhere you want. You want to put a screen in your bathroom, put it in your bathroom. You want to put a screen in your kitchen, put it in your kitchen. You simply do an ultra short throw, so you stick an ultra short throw next to it, it's like a TV anywhere you put it at. You want to have a bay of windows, you got a sun porch or a patio out there somewhere, you stick it out there too. It's not going to have a problem. That's what it's designed to do. Go anywhere in the house you want to go. Now, other than that, there's no tools or requirements. Basically, we're still working on how we're going to stick them to the wall, how we want to have it done. I haven't figured that part out yet. So that's all trying to figure that out, what we're going to do right there. And that particular part, so working that out. How thin can we get them is another thing too. I don't want them too thick because again, like I said, it has to be thin. I want something that's going to connect to the wall. I don't want anything very flexible. The only thing that has flex are the smaller screens. The flexes have those, have a little flex to them. I want these to be a little bit more stiff, a little more rigid. And the reason why, because when you're using wallpaper screens, not everybody's walls are flat. So the problem you have, if your walls are not flat and you're running a thin wallpaper across it, if you have any little bumps or anything in there, it's going to push through that wallpaper and it's going to make it look awful when it comes to an ultra short throw projector, which has to lay against an absolutely flat surface. Now, for people at the end of the day that want to use tools and all that stuff, it's going to be very easy to use. Take it out, and just like using tile, you do a tile floor before, it's the same thing. So it's not going to have a massive amount of adhesive on the back of it. It's just a little bit here and there. Once we figure that part out, we haven't got to that point yet. I got a buddy of mine who's a welder. He's the one that's going to be designing these custom frames that you just slap them in. Like you load a Pez dispenser, you slap them in there, they line up one by one, and the frame locks down on top of them. He's hooking something up like that. Makes it a lot easier for companies and stuff like that to use it. It's incredible, doesn't it? Yep, 720p projector, eco mode, factory settings as usual. We use our projector here, and projector in our demonstration costs us a whopping $50. That's it. Got it used on eBay for $50. It's a 720p projector. So we haven't even used the 4K or 1080p or anything whatsoever on screen, and our projector, like I said, doesn't have to require it to run in full blast mode because of all the lights we have in here. We can run it in eco mode, whisper mode, or whatever with no problem whatsoever. Calibrating, we don't calibrate anything at all, like ever. Never calibrate anything. So if we don't calibrate, you definitely don't have to calibrate. That's a plus side, ain't it? What do you think? 180-degree viewing angle, inside or outside. We just any problems with that, picking up at that. We can even pick up a 180-degree viewing angle if we're sitting over top of it, like we did on the off the shirt throw, sitting under the light. We can still read it while the light strikes it, and it won't affect it in any way whatsoever. As we told you before, you saw the videos, fully off the shirt throw compatible. Did it on a $60 projector, 720p XGA, or was it WXGA? There's one of those in there, but still low. And consider the fact that your projectors are not going to cost you a lot of money. What about contrast? It is contrast. It literally is contrast. The screen is super ultra black, which means at the end of the day, you don't have to pay for any contrast. You can go out and pick a projector that has 1,000 to 1, 600 to 1, 300 to 1, 200 to 1 contrast. Doesn't really make a difference. This thing can pull a black level so high that it'll make a P2, but a 2 million to 1 on a gray screen, it'll embarrass it. It'll completely embarrass it. Dark environments, yeah, we have ILEG, which is Infusion Light Energy Gain. As you can see right here, we're in a fully lit environment, commercial. Meters don't even read in this environment. We've had this thing wrapped around 6K, LED lights inside, outside, like the back of it, the front of it, and some spotlights in front of it. It just doesn't phase it in any way whatsoever. That's why you can move about your environment in freedom, not worry about your screen washed out or fading. Finally, you can use your ultra short throw just like it's meant to be, just like a TV. So yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff you'll be able to do with it. A lot of cool stuff. Okay, I'm on this one. I'm trying to figure out which mouse. I'm watching two different walkthroughs. Walkthrough in Japan here, walkthrough in New York City over here. White levels are absolutely insane. If you saw the demonstrations next to a gray screen, it blends right into them. Blends into it. The white screens, like I said, of course the white screen is always going to pull a higher color, and that's always going to happen. But it's never going to be determined when anything's unwatchable. Virtually impossible. Just like with the Quasar we have behind it. The Quasar? Quasars have that. Quasars through Halo systems. Quantum. Quantum can do that. A Quantum can blend into a gray screen. Very, very easy. With lights all around it. It's one of the most powerful screen paints we have so far. The company saw that demonstration we did yesterday, and they're impressed by that technology. They want to do an outdoor movie screen with it. The big boys. So hey, pretty soon we know we're going to be up on the big screen. There you go. Yeah, they like that whole contrast feature and all that light that was striking the screen. All right, so that's just another topic on its own. It's another business adventure we're working on pretty soon. Because pretty soon this paint right here is going to be jumping to 5 gallons and 10 gallons because we got companies that are interested in coating. Like, you know, they're trying to sweeten the pot for rentals. So another way to sweeten the pot for rentals is to put in a theater room in there, like a dedicated theater room for their for their renters. Ain't a bad idea, to tell you the truth, honestly. So they're going to use this technology to do it. You know why? It applies fast, it's quick, it dries, you know, extremely fast. Like we saw in videos, not a lot of complicated instructions. It can knock out an entire building in one day with this technology with no problem whatsoever. And again, they saw the demonstrations of everything being fired up in a fully lit environment, and they loved it. So pretty soon, you'll be renting out an apartment, and our stuff will be in there. They're also interested in the title technology, too. So, you know, it's going to blow up. So I already got people already on Facebook asking about sizes, and that's why we came and said there is no sizes. You customize the way you want it. By certain tiles that you get, you measure out the size that you want. It doesn't have to be to that size. It's the beautiful thing about it is you had to deal with that restriction nonsense when you're dealing with screens that require borders. And then the thing about it is a screen that they make borderless, you're going to pay extra money for that. A screen that's going to give you an extra 23 inches, an extra, not 23, extra 2 inches or 4 inches on the screen because the border's not there. Companies now turn that into borderless. Because I bought 2 of them, I know. I bought 2 of them from Elite Screens. They were more expensive than the actual screen because the border wasn't there anymore, and I had to pay for those 2 extra inches, and that cost me extra money. So you don't get that here with this. Let me see. We're still working on the 48 by 48, but right now it looks like it's roughly going to be like 48 by 24. 48 by 24 is going to do 106-inch screen borderless. That's going to be an actual 106-inch screen, which has the capability of giving you the 235 aspect ratio with 16:10 or 16:9. If you want to choose with 16:9, you can. You can do 16:10 because that's an odd side to it, and you can do 235.1. If you're looking at doing an actual 235.1 screen, then I've actually built one here using a tile system. It takes 4 of the 24 by 36. So we got to break it all down by what measurements you have by so many tiles. That's the next stage I'm going to be working on how many tiles it would take to complete this one and this one and this one. It took 9 tiles to complete the giant screen behind me right now. Actually in front of me right now, the big screen. It took 9 tiles each side. So yeah, we got people asking for like about multi-packs. They want to be to do monster-sized screens with this. Can you blame them? That thing looks absolutely incredible. Price-wise, one of those right there, if you just were to buy one of them, 24 by 36 is the size of a 43-inch screen. So they're pretty big tiles. I mean, you're going to get the smaller ones, which are the flex versions, but you haven't figured out exactly how to package those and how we're going to sell those out. So we haven't decided on those yet. So that's still why we don't have them posted yet. But that is the size of 43 inch. So one of them is around $300 something for just one panel, but they get cheaper as you buy more of them. Let's go somewhere else. I love looking at the New York City, I do. Which, I'm going there this summer. I got family out that way. I haven't seen them in a while. Figure I'd pop up. Still haven't seen the Statue of Liberty yet. Every time I get down there, I get so busy, I literally forget to go see it. This I'm definitely going. First thing on the trip. Go see Statue of Liberty. Massive difference. That's what I love about it. So when we show these right here, we're doing in the showroom or have them on display, we want to have a large white screen behind it, and then we're just going to have either tiles broken down like one here, one here, one here. The guy who's developing the AI advertisement, the spokesperson for this technology, is going to be the transfer from screen to screen to screen. This is beautiful. She'll be able to walk through different screens. She'll pop up here, pop up here. One screen she might be doing sports. Another one she could be doing movies while she's sitting eating popcorn and you watch in the background. Oh, he's going to hook it up. This guy is pretty good. Tech junkies. These ones going to set up the advertisement for the technology. Now, this is the TV-like technology we're working on. For those of you that are in business, that want to be the advertising, this is what ad tech is. We're showing a little bit of ad tech off. It's going to allow people to be able to advertise right through storefront windows, commercials, all that cool stuff, you know what I mean? That next stage in that technology. But we're looking for an ad tech. I want more affordable packages. We get this thing broken down. Every time technology first comes out, it's always expensive. When they figure a way how to make it for cheaper, this is where we start cutting it back a little bit. But right now, for what this stuff can do already, there's no certified screen is going to be able to match it. And Black Diamond, Elite Screens, any one of those companies at the end of the day can't touch that screen. They can't absorb in the light, and the screens can absorb in a ton of light. They don't require high-end expensive projectors and all the other stuff that their screens have to go through. And on top of that, their screens can't pull an Infinity 1 or Infinity 2 black level. You're still going to have to spend the money for the inky projector. So on top of that, our stuff is far more affordable. As for ad tech, we're trying to get it down to a package that a mom and pop store can pick up. It can have the same high-end technology that the big guys can have at the end of the day that we're working on next. Like a package for them. If we get in good with a company where we can get projectors on pallets, we can actually add them in with it for them. You know, it'd be kind of nice. Projector, screen, all that hooked up, that'd be kind of cool. That's what we're working on next. New York City. I'm just reading the menu. I'm going to use one over there. And I tell you people, it has been a interesting run. It has. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work involved. Even though we're giving these blessings, there's still a lot of work. So I gotta do a ton of testing. I've been testing every single day straight. Like every day I've been testing. It does wear you out quite a bit sometimes, it does. Whew, it does. But we have to make sure it's working perfectly fine. We have to make sure that we know what it's going to do. We know what it's blessed to do. But that's not enough. You can't come out there and say, okay, my technology is blessed and so on and so on and so forth. You have to back everything up. So we have to do tons of demonstrations on ultra short throws and long throws and picos and different environments. I still got to be in multi-locations with this thing. I got to be in different sites with this technology. So I got to transport from one unit we go to. I got to bring in my projector. I got to bring in my, I'm actually going to make my own fire stick because I don't trust the one I have right now. We've got to pay for that service, and if it doesn't hook up, I'd rather build my own, which I'm going to do with a Dell 3020 and design my own. But anyway, so yeah, we got to lug around all that equipment, set up in different places, and this goes from area to area to area. It's a lot of work to do this in different environments. We're putting a lot of money into this thing. And some people may think at the end of the day, oh, it's just because he wants to get super rich. It's not that. It's that I'm tired of the industry ripping people off. Your projector does a lot more than what you think it does. You just can't see it because the screen can't let you see it. And it's a shame. Some of y'all have amazing machines, way better than what I have over here. Your machines are way better than what I'm using over here. And there's no way in the world. I'm over here and my stuff looks better than yours. There's something wrong there. What are you buying at the end of the day? My customer demonstrations, if you look at my customer demonstrations look better than people that are actually selling paint and screens today. My customers go outside with that stuff. They can't take that outside. I thought a guy, my buddy of mine, did the sea turtle outside. When you ever seen a screen? Any one of these certified screens do that demonstration? None of them can do that demonstration. And the screen paints don't even do those demonstrations. So that's why my customers were representing. When they were showing up for technology outside, they were saying, look, we can go outside with this stuff. And they got the freedom to go where they want to go with that screen paint, with that product that they bought from us. When people go out and I go to these forum sites, I'll spend all this money for these high-end screens, and y'all can't go anywhere with them. Even in a dedicated theater room, you can't even turn your lights on because your screen will wash out. On a projector, you spent what, 30 grand for, $40,000 for the JVCs, spent all this money for, and yet my customers are outside on 720p projectors on machines they don't pay a lot of money for because we don't pay for that kind of money for them. They don't pay for it. When you're talking about how advanced your machine is, you can talk about how advanced your machine is all day long. You still can't use it correctly because I'm watching demonstrations. Like, how come you can't turn the lights on? The screen's going to wash out. Then I guess you ain't using the projector to its full potential because if it has a 2 million to 1, you sure ain't seeing it. There you go. It's supposed to look just like that. I'm in commercial. I'm not in the home front. I'm in actual commercial. And this is where I have, when I talk to people back and forth from forum sites, they say, well, you know, this is how it looks in my home. Yeah, but I'm in a commercial. I have different lighting than you have at the end of the day. My light is completely different, and I can add extra light in a commercial environment, and my screen will still kick. That tells you right there the ambient light projection is not working. See that 100% black level in between all those colors? That's what I'm talking about. That's what you're supposed to have. Screens are not supposed to be washed out. You deal with it because that's what they tell you what you have to deal with. That's why you deal with it. Because they tell you you have to deal with it. There's no other way. There's no other option. This is what you're stuck with. The people accept it. And they deal with it, which is sad. Excuse me. 720p projector, people. 50 bucks. That's it. I'm not even using the HDMI port. I'm using the VGA, the HDMI. So anyone who sits there and tells you that you have to use an HDMI to get higher resolution, yeah, forget it. They don't know what they're talking about. I'm running on a HDMI. Here's my port right here. Hold on, man. Pause this because I want to see this. That's my projector right there. That's the model number. Look it up. And if you look at the back of it, you see right there? Yeah, my HDMI port's over there. I'm not even using it. So you don't have to have it. You have to have. No, you don't. No, you don't. I go to forum sites on that too. They're like, but you have to have. No, you don't. We're not using it. So, no, you do not. I'm going to get my lights over top in the shot too. See how beautiful the greens come up? One of the things I notice when I watch on gray and white screens, that the green all comes up one color. There's not multi-shades of green. So the problem you have here, I see when you show red, they show one shade of red, not multi-shades of red. When they try to show black, it's multi-layers of gray. That's what you're seeing. You're not seeing multi-layers of green, you're seeing one shade of green. Those you want dedicated theater rooms, you want that more realistic look, those things look insane. They get crazy with the lights on. Imagine lights off in your dedicated theater room or a panel setup. And you consider all the money you're going to save on your projector, because you're sure enough not going to spend the money for what you think you're going to have to need to spend the money for. You don't need it. Take that extra money, get yourself some nice movie chairs with it. Maybe old-fashioned popcorn machine, concession stand. You can hook it the way you want to, because again, you're not spending a lot of money. Let's show you what I like to show up. I like to show up those black levels, because that's what this screen can do. It can show up amazing, outstanding black levels. It has one of the darkest levels we've developed for a screen. Now notice the white in her eyes, the gold in her lips, her teeth, all that. See, that stays nice and white, or everything stays ultra black. And it's showing multiple shades of black at the exact same time. And this is with a projector that has a 1000:1 contrast. That's it. The light doesn't even touch it. Now my home front, I'll get mine installed in soon. Bathroom, I saw the portable LG projector. I think they're like 500 bucks, but I think you can get one for $300. And one that fits in the palm of your hand. Put one of those in the kitchen, one in the bathroom. Definitely gonna have one of these in the bathroom. I'm definitely getting one out in the backyard. I'm gonna do a 235.1 with the projector behind the back of it. I'm gonna put mine in one of those outer boxes so you can't see it. I got nice little flowers all around it. It's gonna look beautiful for my nice little setup. I have a small little boutique backyard. And then for the living room, I'm gonna put in maybe a screen about the size of what I have here. As both of these together, instead of being in a corner, it's gonna be one big huge screen. So roughly about 18 panels to build that thing. Yeah, it's gonna be huge. And guess what I'm gonna spend for my projectors? Nothing, because I'm not spending a lot of money for my projectors. Why am I gonna spend all that money for? We don't require it here, we ain't gonna require it there. My buddy who wants a customized giant screen, his panels on the other hand are a little different. His panels are 46 by 96, they're huge. He wants them stacked one by one and connected together. So yeah, he's already getting ready, he's excited. He's already been here a few times, he saw it in person, he's excited, he can't wait. He's got friends he's going to bring over. He's having a big party. He's bringing his friends over. So I can get you investors if you want them. I got people, and at the end of the day, I'll set the screen up. And he's paying for the whole thing. He's not going to, one of those people say, well, you give me that. No, he's a nice person. He's paying for the whole thing. He's going to bring his friends over to see it. You know why? Because he's invested in the company himself. This technology is going to make people who invest in our company a lot of money. A lot of money. They can overpower TVs too. They have that capability. So now you have a technology on the market that is going to be affordable. It's going to be allow you to be able to, you don't spend money for expensive projectors, so don't worry about contrast. You don't need 4K, you don't need 1080p, you don't need to calibrate. Ultra filters are absolutely incredible with them. They can operate in any type of environment, whether it be home or commercial, with no problem whatsoever. Yeah, that technology is worth a lot of money. Those people that invest in our company are going to make a lot of money out of it. A lot. That's why he's interested in getting on the ground floor. The person who owns this building, he's already about to become an investor for it. He came in here and saw it and he's like, ooh, man, so you got investors. The first thing came out of his mouth says, nope, you're going to have them yet. He said, let me know, and I'm on board. We're not doing stock. Ever. I'm never going to do stock, ever. I don't care how much money stock makes you, I wouldn't touch stock with a 10-foot pole. Never going there, ever. I said that long before, that one came in office. I just don't trust it. I never will trust it. Stock can make you billions of dollars, and then it can basically leave you with nothing. I'm good. I don't want to be bothered with that. Don't want a board of directors. I want full control over everything. They may want to rise the prices on everybody. We ain't going down that road. We're not having that at all, period. The reason why we got into this field and developing technology was to even the playing field. That's why we got into it. When I get down to it, I start thinking about it like, what did you get into this field for? I got into the field to even the playing field because everybody was charging everybody so much money for screens and they were giving them very little. We came in to change it. Now look what we have. So we go in showrooms and all that stuff. We're using the cheap projectors. Why not? Oh, my projector I'm hooking up is pretty cool. It's got this giant. My guy's done the airbrush on it, so it's got a band-aid on it. You know what I mean? It looks old. He made it look really, really old, like a really, really old projector. He's airbrushing all our projectors. We're gonna have stickers all over them. One of them we're gonna have when the kids paint the projector, so they can put all the different artwork on it. They can't damage it. We're gonna pull the entire chassis out and take it out and let them draw all over it. Pull all the buttons out so they get stuck and let them draw all over it. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to take to shows. Some crazy looking projectors. Everybody else is going to be sleek, black, beautiful machines, and ours is just going to have colors and paint splattered all over everything. Yep. Trojan horse theory. Isn't that crazy? And of course, we know certified screens are going to pop up and like, hey, I want to sell out for a lot of money. And I'm like, no. Because we always get them contactors after a while. They'll pick up. Besides, we want to send them a nice little sample sheet. Let them see what we're all about. What's our calling card? Hello. Just came to the neighborhood. We're the new guys over there. Yeah, this is us. How you doing? This is what we're bringing to the table. That guy was telling me, like, there's no way in the world you guys are charging. You're only charging that for that screen. I was like, yeah, we are charging that for the screen. He saw the price list. I think it was somebody from a company. Because he was like, there's no way in the world you're charging that for a screen. They're thinking these screens are going to be like $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 screens. Like, no. They're cheaper than the certifieds. There's no way in the world you guys are charging. Yeah, we are charging that much. Because at the end of the day, God blessed us to have a technology that pretty much is easy for us to design, make, and we can duplicate massive amounts of it. We can upgrade it at will. not charging like all that crazy money for what? We're going to get there either way. I mean, people want to charge a lot of money because they want to get there faster. I'm in no rush. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I mean, why would I want to charge a lot of money to begin with? That'll make me a hypocrite. That'll make me what I decide what I didn't want to do to begin with. That's why we don't want a board of directors. The board of directors will be to control stuff. After a while, you know, board of directors can vote you out of your own company at the end of the day. And they can decide and take over your business. We don't want no board of directors. Nobody telling us what to do at the end of the day. We're going to make the most affordable, high-tech technology on the market that anybody can afford. A person working at McDonald's, anybody can afford it. This is just the beginning of what we're going to be doing. We got so much stuff we're working on this ad tech technology. It's gorgeous. I told you. Remember when I told you how the naysayers were contacting the people and they were harassing them to kick us out of the building? You know what I mean? Try to make it rough for them. You actually didn't do much. But anyway, it's still a blessing for us. And you know why? Because I was 2 weeks from spraying ad tech onto a window. Yeah, that stuff right there. Now, who knows what would have happened? I think the Lord would have basically, with the conflict, we already had conflict in the building going on already. There was a struggle of power. I don't know what was going on. The woman who owned the building, she had some deaths in the family, and she had to go see him. And I don't know why she put this guy in charge. He was a power-hungry guy, and that guy, at the end of the day, he was basically doing all this weird stuff. He was firing people. It's kind of like a black version of Elon Musk. I lied to you not. I lied to you not. He was like that, and he was firing people left and right. Like, and these are people that she hired. She came back. I heard she cleaned house. When I went last time I went there and I looked around, there was nobody in there I could recognize. She got rid of the whole floor. So, you know, it was a lot of conflict going on there already. We're having problems with him, and he was trying to tell us what to do. I'm like, no, dude, I'm here to do an installment. I got nothing to do with whatever goes on here. There are already problems already. But I bought a paint sprayer. I was just about to spray that right to that window. If we had done that, you know how hard and difficult it would have been able to get that technology. Well, first of all, you're not getting it off. We have to replace the entire window to get it off of there. So everything happened for a reason. So when they told us that we had to leave, I left, packed all my stuff up, walked out the door. And I'm walking out the door, I'm asking the Lord, like, Lord, why would you allow these people to come in and basically ruin something that you blessed me to have? There's a reason for all things. Because what went on in that building, we would have lost that technology. Because they were planning to kick us out either way. They were waiting for us to coat the window. And they were going to try to remove us from the building. To try to take the technology. Everything happens for a reason. The problems we were having there already, and what I already realized, or what he was trying to do, he was trying to get us to remove out of the building. He wanted us out of the building, completely out of the building. Because me and him, we wouldn't comply to what he wanted us to do. And I said, look, I'm trying to explain to him, we're not part of the payroll here. We're here just to come in and just do what we got to do, and that's it. That's the bottom line. That's it. So you can't tell me what to do. Because we're having problems with conflicting, moving equipment and stuff we're using. And I'm like, come on, man, you're doing too much. You're not supposed to be up here. This is my floor. This is where I'm supposed to be at. This is where I'm supposed to be working at. So yeah, there were problems. I was in the process of leaving because I was having problems, and I don't deal with all that nonsense and all that stress. It's just better for me to just go. So it was getting to that point. We've already gotten all our pictures, our demonstrations, our videos. We had everything we needed. The Lord blessed us to get all that done, but that was a conflict in there. So again, you didn't do anything at all, period. At all, period. But the good thing about it is, I'm glad that it happened when it happened, because man, 2 weeks more and that ad tech would have been on that window and this would not be here. Everything happens for a reason. So yep. That's what I love about serving the Lord. Lord protects you about all things. You don't have any people who think at the end of the day, who think you're doing these malicious acts. You don't have no power. You don't have anything at all. You don't have nothing at all. This is God's technology. This is His blessing. You don't control any of that. Where would you think at the end of the day you have any power to control that? That's why we're here with this technology, and that's why they have nothing. Following the wrong one. You don't control anything. You don't take anything away. You don't do anything. You think you're doing something. You're doing nothing. That's the part you got to get in your head. Once you realize that what we have here is a blessing from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, then you will truly understand what you're dealing with. When you go against a Christian, you got to go against the Lord. You got to go against his millions of angels. You got to go against all of that. And the devil don't even want that. So what makes you think you're going to be to do it? All right, then. Let's move on to our beautiful technology. Going back, because I want to see more of these skin tones again. One of the things I learned, when you talk about the Lord, the devil runs. The devil does not like to hear anything about God. He can't stand it. He can't. It burns his skin. It makes him sick, ill. He can't deal with it. He has to leave. So we'll have about 7 people maybe in the room, and I'll talk about the Lord, and they'll leave right away. We already know what you are. Satan even knows at the end of the day. He can't hear that word. It drives him crazy. So we know you come here to watch. We know you come here to seek and see what you can figure out. We just let you know that everything you think right now, the Lord knows it before you do it. That's how well we're protected by God. That's who we serve. He knows what you're going to do before you even think it. People say God's not merciful. When you commit an act of evil, God knows what you're going to do before you do it. He knows what you're going to do before you're going to do it. Keep in mind, he's also the one counting your breath and your heartbeat. Even when you're doing an act of evil, every heartbeat, every breath that comes out of your mouth, your lungs, he counts those. He knows how many. He can just go, okay, I'm going to stop that right here. Imagine what would happen to you. That shows you how merciful he is. You don't have to be here if you don't. At the end of the day, you owe people feel at the end of the day that God, that for some reason, God needs them to worship him. No, he doesn't need you at all, period. He can wipe the entire planet clean and bring a whole bunch of people in that'll worship him only. Just imagine that. I'm going to go check out something else on here. Let me see. Ooh, got the lizards. Hey, buddy. I am loving this technology. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I want to see, we already got a gamer version of it, and that's what I'm going to look at next, is the gamer version. And usually the gamers, we actually intensify the color and contrast in gaming technology. And we got a gamer version coming up next. Yeah, I'm so glad we did not spray that glass. Bought the paint sprayer and everything. Yep. Really close to hitting that glass. So this is going to launch as soon as we get our patent pending back. We apply for patent pending. Right after the patent pending hits here, we're going to get a provisional patent right after that. So that'll be in the works while this one is actually going. It's just 1 year you get a patent pending. So after that, we're going to apply for the provisional patent. The provisional patent will be right on top of this. Like I said, when this one completes, the provisional patent kicks in right behind it. So we're good. Why wouldn't you? Look at that thing. That thing is absolutely beautiful. Now, as I said before, we're going to do a limited amount of these. So we're going to do so many of these per month. Once they run out, then just basically there's nothing there. It's just the shopping cart resets every month. And that's it. What's the thing to add real quick? We are going to have pre-orders before we start. But first, we want to make sure we get that document, those documents back showing that it is protected. That we do, we make sure. And then we'll put out for the pre-orders. Those who have pre-orders will get your products a month before everybody else. Now we do have samples. Now ready to take that heavy plunge? And guess what? We got samples. Get a sample. Samples are always going to be available. There are plenty of those. They're about 30 bucks. They're about the size. They're actually going to be a little bigger than what we have here. I've decided to go with maybe in 10 by 10 or a little bigger. A little bigger sample. That'll give you an idea, you know, what you get, what you like, if you like it or not. So next stage is going to be building a page separate for this. So we need its own show page because there's a lot of information we have about this. I'm going to start building that tomorrow. But, you know, I got to build a whole entire show page. It's going to be showing different videos and demonstrations. But before we do that, I don't want the poster boxes behind the back as we're using for right now. I want to have a professional white screen behind it. I want it really nice. Put the screen up there. Put a nice halo system over top of it. Put lights in front of it, pushing up on the screen. I would definitely want 4 more of those lights right there because that one's not going to do it. So we want 4 lights hitting it like a spotlight system. That's what I want. When we advertise this technology, we're going to have it on a pedestal. We're going to have all these spotlights around it just hitting the screen. Another halo system over top of it. Like a round halo system pushing light on top of it. These screens can absorb so much light. And mind you, keep in mind, we're only 10% done. This screen's not finished. This is not a finished product. This product is only 10% completed. So we're only 10%. It can do this at only 10%. So as we say, welcome to the future. Say goodbye to the dark. I'm going to give a backdrop, a little bit more lighting in the environment. I'm going to show that off. Now, in the new completion of when we get done with it, it's going to pick up a heavier, more contrast of what you're seeing. It's going to read higher colors. Its white levels are going to be heightened, like super heightened. It is going to be absolutely incredible. But it's only at 10% right now. I can't wait to do the showroom. I'm gonna put a big sticker, like the big old tags that they have. Like remember the retro prices, right? Had the big old tags on the side of stuff. I'm gonna put a big old tag on what we paid for our projector. Like only 50 bucks. That's all we paid for it. And everybody's gonna have $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 machines. We're gonna have 50 bucks. That's it. Put an eBay sticker on the side of what we paid for it, the receipts and all that stuff. Yeah. Again, people pay too much money for projectors. And they're stuck in these dark environments and the screens don't work. And most people don't want to fiddle with any settings or anything. They don't want to mess with that because they're afraid they're going to mess it up. Sorry about that. But then they go to a forum site. Forum site somehow have to adjust this and adjust that, and then they're still stuck in that dark environment. They still can't get the screen to work. Not realizing this is screen the entire time. And they run across somebody that says, oh, you might have to calibrate. They don't know how to calibrate, and some of them don't want to learn, so maybe they'll hire somebody to come and calibrate the machine, and maybe they get a little bit better, but all in all, they're still stuck in the dark environment. Yeah. different areas I might want to go to. Spider over there. I saw this one that I wanted to do. She was one with this beautiful makeup on. She'd be perfect for what I want to do as a designer. What if this is one? Let me see. And you see the background? For gray and white screens, that's what you're supposed to read. Anytime they show an OLED demonstration, anything involving heavy contrast levels, you're supposed to read that 100% black level in a fully lit environment. Doing those demonstrations in dark environments, yes, you can't do that. That's definitely lying. I mean, you got to be truthful. That's lying. See that right there? Look. Oops, let's go back on that one. I'm going to go back on. That's where you're supposed to be to read, customer. Someone tells you a gray or white screen, even gunmetal, you got to read that 100% black level. And they get mad when we say this, but come on, it's true. You got to read it. What are you telling your customers? You can't be telling them they're going to pick up 100% contrast, are you? Because you're lying to them. So what are you telling them? You're going to tell them they could see that on a gray and white screen? You can't even read the black level, let alone the different shades of green in there. So if you're telling them that they can read that 100% black, like that screen's doing right now, you're in a lot of trouble. If someone walks you into a courtroom, you can't say that. You're going to have to tell them the truth. You're going to say, look, we don't pick up black, we pick up different shades of gray. That's literally what you're picking up, different levels of gray. You don't actually see black. What about colors? Colors are definitely going to fade when the lights are on. You have to tell the truth. Because your light's on, you're not going to really pick up those colors. You think you're picking up green. You're definitely not picking up green. That's why you got to calibrate. Because you can't see the green. You can't see the different levels. You're picking up one color green. There's multiple colors of green that's popping up there right now. Got to tell the truth. Same thing with certified. Same thing with them. You don't see a black level. You don't read it. You don't pick it up. I don't care how deep your grays are. You can't read 100% black. You can't register it. Now, if your retaliation is to say, well, your screen doesn't pick up a high white level, I really wouldn't go down that road if I were you. You have any idea what these screens look like when they hit white screens and when they hit gray screens? Yeah, it's a whole different world. Even the technology sitting behind it can blend into a gray and white screen with no problem. There's no way in the world white screen to make the technology behind it so looking watchable. I can walk in any courtroom and do that one with no problem. And they know. They watch my demonstrations. Certifieds watch my demonstrations. They see what we do over here. And what they try to do is when you watch these demonstrations, this is what they try to do. They try to keep your focus here on this. Not here and not here. Your focus is here. They'll zoom up and say, look at all the beautiful colors that you're getting in the day. To keep you away from here and here. This is what you need to be looking at. You need to be looking at the background of that screen. When I look at a screen, the first thing I'm looking at is your background. That's what I'm looking at here and here. I'm not looking at here. This, you can't pick up that 100% black level. I watch these demonstrations all day long. So I know if I don't see this being 100% black, I know you're not picking up color correctly here. You have to read this too. Can't skip this, and skip this, and then put the focus here. No, you have to pick up all of it. Here, here, and here. All of it. In a fully lit environment. See how beautiful and realistic that looks? That's why I tell customers, questions you need to ask, what type of projectors are you using in your environment? What is the caliber of brightness? What is the caliber of basically the contrast levels that you're using? How much money did that projector cost? Is my projector going to be able to produce the same quality that your projector produced in that demonstration? Can I turn my lights on? Am I going to be stuck in an ambient controlled environment? I'm going to be forced to calibrate my projector. Can I take it outside? What time of outside can I take it out and activate with the projector activate? That's a whole lot of stuff. Like I said, they don't have it. People are going to ask them for the end of the day. And what they want to hear is they want somebody that basically is going to keep it simple. You know what I mean? Can tell you what size screen you need, the paint you need, and then leave it at that. Most likely you'll get it. I'll get back with you, and then you'll never get back with you. And the reason why I like these demonstrations, because they start off dark, and then you lighten up. So in order to do that right there, you're going to have to read a 100% black level to do it. These demonstrations are most likely done in dark environments to try to cheat the contrast levels. From here. So we can't give you a time when it's going to be available. Like I said, it all comes down to paperwork. We get our paperwork back from the government saying, hey, your stuff is all protected, you're good to go, you can go out and play, then we can go out and play. Till then, everything's on standstill. But keep in mind, we have a ton of testing to do. We have months of testing. We're nowhere near completion of basically about the screen. This is going to be a physical screen. It's going to go against other physical screens. Even though we beat them in paint, again, different category of people when we're dealing with, different crowd of people we're dealing with when it comes to physicals. So it could be a couple of months, depends on when we get those paperwork back. But until then, we got a ton of testing. Mind you, there's several versions of the screen being engineered. This is not the only one. We got the AdTech, we have this one, we have a gamer version of it. There's another one we called H2O, but it's crazy looking screen. It's designed basically for projector mapping, visual effects. People in the art community are more than much going to use that more. It has some crazy features to it. So yeah, we have something like that coming up. So there's a lot of things we're designing with this AdTech. I want at least a good bundle before we hit the ground running. I can imagine that. Is it ultra sure that it's compatible? You know, the screens. I know other screens have to have an ultra sure though compatible like screen, or still need it. Or it doesn't need it. Now we're never going to get those people out there that are going to say, oh, it's not real, it's other. Let me tell you something. My investors that come through that door, customers or whatever, this thing's going to be showcased everywhere we can put it at. And your little protest don't mean jack to a person that can walk over and see that screen and have a sample of it in their living room. Different story from that. They'll just see, as they always see people like that. Nothing but haters and jealous people at the end of the day. That's how you come up. Because they're going to be, this screen's going to be everywhere. Everywhere. So, good luck on that campaign. But remember, as I told you before, I've hired some very special people. So, they'll deal with any problems we have along the way. Till then, we're going to make amazing technology that everybody can afford, and at least you won't get ripped off in the process of these products that can't produce in fully lit environments and they require calibrating. I still can't believe that. It'll look better once we calibrate. I'm like, oh my goodness, like you're in a super dark environment. How is that even possible? We definitely know he was in here. He's always in here. Every time we fire when he screams up, he's always in here watching. Just to let you know, I can't wait for the review. And second, this is what real technology functions like. Not in the dark with a $3,500 machine. Which is what you should have been doing. So when we make those mentions, he's always in the room. Always. I got somebody in the room right now. There's another person in the room. One of our friends is in the room. He pops in from time to time. Ooh, man, mercy. Look at that right there. That is absolutely gorgeous, man. This is not even a 4K projector. We're at 720p right now. Look at that. See how beautiful that looks? You know how much money this is going to save my customers at the end of the day? How much money to save? Or somebody was out there protesting at one point saying that 720p's are not the projector to go because they could never give you the image quality. You don't know jack. Anyone who sits there and says that a 720p projector is not a good projector to have, that's because they're trying to make you spend money for a more expensive projector to fix the problem that their screen can't produce. You can't operate on a 720p projector in a fully commercial environment without calibrating in factory settings in eco mode. You can't do that. That means that the reason why they suggest you not go near a 720p projector because they want you to spend money for a more high-end projector to fix the problem that their screens are having. That's why. And even when you buy that projector, you're still lacking. Gee whiz Louise. I got to get pictures of this one right here. We definitely got to get pictures of this one and put this up on Facebook. That is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, anyone who complains about a 720p is trying to get you to spend more money on something you don't need. And the reason why, because it'll help their screen in the end. That's why. We suggest you get 4K. We suggest you get an ultra short throw because that distance throw they're going to definitely need because from this distance their screen doesn't work. And you spend all that money on that projector, find out you're still stuck in a dark environment, you can't pull your contrast correctly. You contact them, now they're going to push you into calibrating your projector. If not, to get you twiddling with all these settings in your projector where you don't want to go at to begin with. I did some videos for shorts and some pictures of this, especially those tomatoes. Jeez, look at the black reflecting off those tomatoes. Now, yeah, I got a guy right now on my account hounding me over a 120-inch screen. And we're explaining to him, like, look, they're not going to be designed that way. They're customization. You can do it the way you want to do it. Put all the information up there. So he can basically go in and get everything he needs. But hey, look, if you're going to harass me on this, especially harassment, we ask you over and over again, this is where we block you. And last thing you want to require is a ban on this stuff. You don't want to go through that. And you will get banned. We'll block you and put your money back in your account. It's not a problem. trying to explain to him. He doesn't want to listen. I don't know what's wrong with him, but we had to block him from the account. Let me see. Simple and plain. We're going to have to decide. We haven't gotten to that point yet. We're still testing this stuff out. Right now, I'm still going through the tiles. How much money is going to cost me to ship these things out? I'm still going through that process too. It's a whole lot of work behind these screens and just basically just putting some stuff together. So a whole lot of stuff, pencil pushing work you got to do. So I still got to figure out the different sizes and what sizes calculate, how many tiles, or build this and build that. So got a lot to do, a lot of measuring and adding up to do. And then once we do get a package, you got to put it in a box, our boxes, and then we got to how we're going to pack the boxes and all that stuff. It's a lot. Then it comes down to weight. Weight can get expensive, so it's a lot. I'm excited that people are excited for it, but you got to give us time. We sit there and write to you, hey, give us some time. You know, we're still working everything through. The screens haven't even gotten the paperwork back on it yet. We don't know when we're going to be launching it, but at least we're showing you what we're doing. And you want to keep harassing me, telling, well, you got to tell me now. You should tell me now. Okay, that's it. Block, ban. That's it. We're done. Move on. I don't have time for harassment nonsense. Let me see. I need something here in my phone. I'm trying to grab it quick. I want to get a picture of this right here. So I'll forget it because I got to have it forgetting stuff. I want to do another. I want to do a short on that one. I like the way the tomatoes came out. Let's go over here. Look at the glass. That's the stuff I see, like the glass, the liquid, the skin tone. You can see the bubbles and the champagne. And then you look at the background. The background always must remain 100% black. You see the transition I went through? This is when we find out the screens are in the dark trying to claim to be black. That transition, watch, you'll see it go through. This is how we find out when your screen's not actually pulling a black level. Watch. See when it starts to fade? That's how we know. So in every single, when you slow down a video, it does it. Some do it so fast you don't see it. This did it in slow motion, so you actually see what happens. So when people do videos claiming their screens to be black and technically they're gray, when we slow it down, when it goes to that transition change, it goes back to the original form of the screen. If your screen's gray, it's going to come up gray. If it's white, it's going to come up white. No matter if you have it in dark, whatever, it's going to show it. That's how we know. That's why we were able to read the screen when the customer called in the UK, called himself saying the screen is black. If you get a black screen, what the freak are you doing in the dark to begin with? It's a black screen. It's supposed to be absorb light. But all that gain that screen's supposed to have on it, you should have never been in a dark environment to begin with. That's another red flag somebody brought up. Like, wait a minute, he's supposed to have this insane amount of gain. What's he doing in the dark anyway with that thing? There you go. But still, that's what we saw. We slowed it down. We saw a gray pop up and we saw the border. And we said, oh, yeah, it's gray. That's why they got it in the dark, because it can't. I don't even know what the purpose of that would be. Because then, you know, if you got the customer that you know faking it for you, you do know that other people are not going to do the same thing, right? They're all going to complain the screen's coming up gray. So how would that even work? You can't even sell that. It's like trying to sell a notebook paper house in the middle of a beach. That's not going to work. It's good, you know. Rain's going to hit it, and the moisture and everything, the salt air, it's going to destroy the place. And yeah, that comes from somebody just trying to show us up that they can do what we do. That's what it is. But they failed miserably. They crashed and burned. It was like watching the Hindenburg carrying gasoline, just crashing, diminishing to nothing. Yeah, we saw all the holes in that one. I've been doing this for years. Of course I'm going to see all the holes in it. I know the real stuff when I see it. So when that's all, people are like, wait, that's supposed to be a black screen? What the frick is he doing in the dark with it? And then they look at the gain, and, oh, heck no. The gain he has on it is super high. So why in the world a screen that has gain literally that high is sitting in a dark environment to begin with? Especially trying to show all contrast levels, which it was doing. Yeah, unless the screen was gray, which we saw in the transition. When the screen transitioned over, we slowed it down. I was like, oh, there it is right there. It's gray. Couldn't make a black paint. It just kept coming up gray. So having people paint over the screen to fake the demonstrations, that does not help you. That hurts you in the long run because you do know that somebody or anybody buys it. What are you going to do? Contact them and say, hey, do me a favor. Can you just paint it black? And sit? They're going to look at you and say, no. Isn't it supposed to be black? There you go. You got to mess around and get thrown in court over that mess. Which company would contact me and tell me, oh, no, wait, we've been through that already. We want the gain, the gain that's supposed to be on that paint. We already had a container come to us. You know by who? Container came by him and said it's not ambient rejection Kenny with punctuation marks. Did that one already. We got other emails telling us don't put it next to certifies. Don't put it on projectors. Like a little 1,000 lumen projector we use, Old Faithful. He requested for us not to put it on that either. A lot of stuff we were getting from him. But, you know, you get on camera and you talk all this trash, and now you want to come up to us and say, well, this is what I want you to do. I don't want you to do this, and I don't want you to do... Oh, come on, man. Really? You're just putting on a circus show. That's all you're doing. And the main attraction is you. Either it works or it doesn't work. Stop trying to compete with companies that can pull it off, can do it. What else we got here? Coffee beans, coffee beans. I'm having fun with this. Looks like that bone china. It has that blue and white in it. I forgot what it's called. There's a name for it. Oh no. At least at the end of the day, you know, all that cheating you, these fake demonstrations and all that stuff. You're going to continue to get ripped off. I feel sorry for the people who spend $5,000 for a screen. And they get that sample sheet, and they stick that sample sheet against that screen. The screens are hard to return, they really are. Yeah, so I'm looking at for tile sizes, the big ones, the really, really big ones. And they cost a little more, and a little bit more to ship those things. The 48, so 48 by 96, that's one that the guys get in the big ones. And the 48 by 48. 48 by 48 says 30, no, it's actually in the bigger sizes would be, full sizes would be 26 by 24 by 36, 48 by 96, and then you would have 48s. Those are the big tiles. That's if you're building something gigantic. Like, you know, my friend's gonna do, he's gonna build something huge. Yeah, that thing for me, like what the heck? Alright, let me see. Let me go to oh. 4K snow screensavers. Designed to do, only 10%. It would be impossible for it to read any of the colors, any of the displays, if it couldn't read a white level, and it wouldn't work. That's what people have to understand. They think white levels only pertain to just white levels. No, white levels pertain to color. If you don't have, that's why we take the black surface, black paint, put against the screen, and then the white, and we hit it with a low lumen projector, and we hit it in a fully lit environment. Because in order to get that color balance, you have to be able to have a mixture of both white and black to do it. If your black is off center and it doesn't read a high enough white level, you can't see color. It doesn't pull up. So you would never ever be able to see anything we just showed you a few minutes ago. You wouldn't be able to see it because the white levels would be way too low. So at the end of the day, if you think, oh well, it has to have this high white. No. We already showed you that already. You got a high white level, you can't read color. It won't pick up. You have to have a certain tone in there to pick up both at the same time, and they can't figure out the tone level. It's a lot complicated than you think it is. It's very complicated to pick up a tone level in a solid black screen. Every time we watch somebody try to do it, their white levels come up a bluish color, or it comes up where it comes up dirty with the skin tones. It has a sort of dirty kind of rusty look to it. That's what it reads. And then they have to do it in a really dark environment because, again, darker screens, as I said before, have an issue of producing high white levels due to the fact that they're darker surfaces. They can't generate a high enough white level. So the halo systems, all that stuff, the commercial, they can't have it in there. It won't work. That was a malfunction. TCL 4K demonstration. Gotta have a white level to read that. Now if I put black paint up there, it won't function in any way whatsoever. Because it's not reading white light, that's why. And this technology right here, yes, it's already on the black. It already has the black versus black. It's on there already. The tests were already done. Already completed them. Actually, there's two versions of it. There's one version we were developing under the AdTech technology. It was done on a piece of glass. It's when the screens were done with glass. Going to be done with glass first, because glass is the transfer for the gain a lot faster. And then we figured out how to do it through plexiglass. It worked even faster than plexiglass. Sure, I said, okay, we don't have to use glass anymore, which is less expensive to do. But yeah, it was done twice. All of them have to go through that. Every single one of them have to go through a black versus black test. They have to go through it. So that's why I said we watch these gray screens out here and different color screens. You don't have these tests on every single one of your screen paints. There's supposed to be a gray versus gray on every one of your screen paints. When you do demonstrations on a gray screen, you're supposed to show majority contrast levels. Who cares about colors? We know you can pick up colors, even though they're washed out, you still can read them. The main part of your screen, what you can't read, is contrast. And that's something you're going to have to show off in all your demonstrations, which means that your video demonstrations, out of 100, at least 70% of those demonstrations need to be done in fully lit environments showing contrast levels. And they have to show contrast levels versus other gray screens to see which ones actually pull the better contrast levels. As we do with certifies and everything else we throw in any of our screens. So they're missing a ton of testing that's missing. You do know if someone pulls you into a courtroom, these questions pop up. They bring experts in there. The experts will ask you these questions. You can't answer these questions correctly, you're going to be accused of fraud. Someone accuses your stuff of being everyday house paint, you better be able to show some kind of test demonstration showing, hey look, I got a bunch of test demonstrations that did. This is the difference between my product and a gray screen when it comes to color, contrast, white levels, fully lit environment, ultra short throw. You better have all that in there. Because that guy is going to drill you in there. They're going to bring an expert in there to ask you. The judge doesn't know much about it. They're going to bring an expert in there to ask questions. That's why if something happens like, you know, a doctor screws up, they bring another doctor. They bring a medical expert examiner in there to basically tell and explain what they're saying at the end of the day, to translate. Yeah, heck yes, that happens in court. So don't think, at the end, don't get it wrong. You watch too much freaking People's Court, it ain't what you think. You have to show the difference You're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Ugh, that is not the place to screw up. Trust me. What we got in this one? Yeah, it's not the place to mess up. It just isn't the place to do it. Whew. So, you gotta understand that one. They're bringing an expert in there. I was told that when I decided not to get registered. I was told that they would literally bring experts in and to ask, could if he had struck him in a different way? Was that necessary? Was that aggressive? They would bring people in, experts, that would explain that the move that he used on him was an extremely aggressive move and it was unnecessary. Trained in the field that he's in, he could have used something else that would have been less damaging. You're done. Yep. Yep, they'll do it. And I had a teacher tell me that one time. He said, be careful. He said, because they'll bring people in there. They'll bring experts in. They'll know your moves, what you do and everything. And they'll basically say, hey, look, he could have used a different method. He's trained to do it. Don't do that. Be careful. You'd be surprised if they bring it in courtrooms. You got to make sure your stuff is tested. Very important. That's why we do these tests all the time when people come in. I get asked these questions. You definitely don't want to be caught in the crowd with your pants around your ankles. You know, you come in there, somebody might take a tablecloth off the table and say, hey, I wonder what this will look like against your screen. You're bumping the jerks every single day. I'm going to put you on that blast. You don't want to be on there. Let me get, let me see. Got my life somewhere. I call myself always putting up my tape. End up losing it every single time. I don't know where I keep sticking this stuff at when I get it. It's up there on the shelf. We don't know. Yeah, but you gotta ask these. You got it. You got to. You have to. You gotta do everything by the book. Everything. You should want to do everything by the book. It shouldn't be something where you're forced. If you gotta be forced to do it, then you shouldn't be selling it. That's what that comes down to. If you gotta be forced to doing it, you should not be selling it. It's supposed to be right here. This is the last place to put it at. Knowing me, I moved it and put it someplace weird. Because I do that. I have a habit of putting stuff in weird places. Hopefully there's enough tape on this for this to stick. Hope there is. Gee whiz. Why don't I find it later on somewhere in some weird place? Like, what the heck? Right over here. Yeah, of course, yeah. Of course. That's me. That's definitely me. 100%. That's me. But yeah, you have to. Because you can't do those tests. If you can't do those tests correctly, don't sell the product. Because you definitely will have somebody come in the room and question your stuff in a hot second. That's why I like going to forum sites. Forum sites is the best place to test your products. Because you're going to have all kinds of criticisms towards your work. You are. They're going to bring up everything, answer all those questions, everything. If you can defend yourself in a forum site, you can defend yourself anywhere else. That's why I hone my skills in a forum site. Every time I make something new, I always go over there because I know I got the hardest critics over there. That's the best place to be at. Dude, look at you. See, all my stuff is tested. Every drop of it, it's all tested. I can do these anywhere I want. That's why we warn people at the end of the day. I gave you that warning yesterday. Any of our technology, anything, pops up. We see demonstrations where you're claiming that stuff's coming up too dark and walk you into a courtroom. All our stuff is tested. I test everything at 10%. All this stuff. The minute we make it, they have to go through those tests. We have to know 100%. Don't really worry much money patent costs. Patents aren't cheap. All that stuff we got to pay for, projectors, equipment, renting out spots, all that stuff. You know, all them cables I got in the day. I must have spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on cables, wires, lines, HDMI. All that money I spent to be able to do those demonstrations. Yeah, that stuff costs money. So at the end of the day, I mean, I got to make sure this stuff works 100%. I got people coming on board that want to invest in my company. You know how much trouble I can get into if my product doesn't work right and someone invests and gives me a lot of money? I got to pay that money back. So we have to make sure before we can bring any investors on board, this stuff has to work 100%. And even the investors are going to ask that question. So if you don't do these tests, you're going to shortchange yourself at the end of the day. If you think no one's going to walk in that environment and ask you if it's black paint, gray paint, or whatever's going to match your product, you are sadly mistaken. You think I'm a nightmare at the end of the day? I know people on forum sites that I deal with on a day-to-day basis that would literally make them break down and cry. They'll ask all kinds of questions. Basic questions I ask you every single day on their product, and they can't give me an answer back. That tells you right there that you shouldn't be buying that stuff. And that's why investors won't touch them. Nobody will touch them. Because again, they can't back your stuff up. Did I say that I was going to do a black on black demonstration here? No. We don't have to. We just do it just like that. We don't got to prepare for anything. We don't have no special projectors here. We got to brighten this and brighten that. We've done this on so many levels, it's not even funny. I just do this for fun, out of nowhere. It just throws my investors off. Because I know what they're thinking already from the door. Let's just cut it to the point and just show you what it does. And they like that. And that's the difference between black paint and that technology. You want to know what black paint it is? Dynasty Black. It's the same black paint that fellow at the end of the day, we don't want to mention the name in our beautiful video, but he made a statement that this is how our products are made. So then we just use it, the same thing he accused our products of being, we use it in all our demonstrations, which again is evidence in court. Yep. Let's go over to real quick. 4K snow screensavers. Ta-da! There you go. That's why I explain. I can't be more than enough to explain this one. If you made a false statement like this about our product and we walk into a courtroom and we do this in front of a judge, it's over. Just like that. You have thrown everything away that fast. The best thing you can do is try to work out a plea deal with us or some kind of arrangement. But technically, at the end of the day, we could take it all from you. So if you think at the end of the day my demonstrations are fake at the end of the day, go ahead and believe that. When we get in front of a judge, you'll find out how real they are. And this will cost you everything. It's not worth it. Trust me. You know at the end of the day our products work. I couldn't do this. It would be virtually impossible if my stuff didn't work. Nope. Let's get a gray screen. Yeah, any investor you work with, that person that came up, the minute I came up in this building and they asked me what I did, I said I developed a black screen paint. They were looking at the videos and everything, and the guy was like, well, how do I know that the black paint that I got at home ain't gonna do the same thing? And I said, well, our stuff is tested. We're doing something called black versus black demonstration. And I showed him all the videos. He saw the videos, but he still came up here to see it. Because he had to see it for himself. When I showed him, he's like, wow, that's crazy. And I said, yeah. So if you're skipping and you're cheating demonstrations on your products, and you're not doing those tests correctly, you're stuck in that place where you're going to be at. You can't go anyplace else. It means your company can't grow. Because if you think you're going to be to step outside those boundaries and go to different areas like, get contracts, you get distributors and all that stuff, you're not going to get that. Because the distributor even going to ask at the end of the day. Everybody's going to ask for you to do those tests. You're going to have them. Because again, no one's going to give you all this money and then find out that the stuff doesn't work. They get sued too in the process. They're not taking that risk on you. Your stuff got to work. Where's the whatchamacallit at? Oop. Look at you looking like a taco cat over here. Taco cat. Gotta do all that. It's necessary. Now, can the gray screen turn our screen black? No. Again, we do all these tests on white screens on so many levels. Not going to happen. Pop over here too. There you go. Blend it into a gray screen. So that's why I warned you. I gave you fair warning yesterday. I told you I'm bringing some very special people on board. And if you think hiding behind the keyboard and mouse is going to help you, it ain't. Trust me. That's why we're bringing them on board. There's people who work with dealing with cyber crimes and the stuff we've been through, because we had FBI involved in this mess and the stuff we had. That's why we're eligible to bring these people on board to help us with any problems we may have. So again, I can't give you fair warning on this. If you think you're going to go in here and tamper with our products or do something and make some video, and you think you're going to hide behind your IP address or whatever you think it's named, mask, whatever, I know people can dig up the earth on you. We'll have you in a wooden chair in front of a judge, sitting there swallowing some dry spit and your legs shaking at the end of the day because you're scared to death because you don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't want to be in that situation, trust me. And I think we are going to get a few people. We are going to get a few people. We're going to have to use them as an example, sorry to say. Hopefully you don't have any kids, because that's going to pretty much be kind of jacked up at the end of the day, that we have to go down that route. We may work out something with you, because I try to think of the kids. Parents can be boneheads, you know that from the door. They're boneheads. No common sense whatsoever. Got a family to take care of and don't even know how to put your priorities towards your family. Black woman's like, I'm out! I'm done with this nonsense. But anyway, yeah. It's a shame. I gotta think about your family better. You can only think about your own family. It's your family today. Mine is yours. And the fact that I gotta be in court telling these people got kids at the end of the day. And we can't take the house. We can't do this. We can't do that. They're gonna have to pay something at the end of the day. So I'm a bigger man than you. Think about that. You want that to be a situation to be trapped in? I'm literally a bigger man than you. You don't know how to treat your own family better. I treat your own family better than you. Now how embarrassing that is to take you to court and they have to sue you for doing something you should have been doing because you're a grown freaking man with a family at the end of the day. That's embarrassing. Your wife is not going to look at you the same way after that nonsense. I guarantee she'll need some respect for you on that one. You really want that? Yeah. Some people are already going to go through that process already. So, you know, that's going to be a horrible ordeal, man. It's going to affect you financially and mentally for a very long time. That I had to sit there and make decisions. We have the right to take everything from you, and I got to make decisions here like, well, they got kids. We can't do the house. We can't do this, so and so and so. Well, he's going to have to pay it off somehow, because you do got to pay something off somehow. And I got to explain to your family in a letter or whatever, how way they're going to do it in court or whatever, that the reason why the lawsuit didn't go the way we wanted to go, probably go in court chambers or whatever, have that conversation, is because we basically want the kids to suffer through it. And I'm going to tell you to your face, right in front of your wife. I don't care if you get mad or not. You're not a man at the end of the day. If you was a real man at the end of the day, you would have put your business towards your family and not toward me and grow up a little bit. I'm going to give you that speech right in front of your wife. You know why? Because she's going to see that and she's going to know I'm right and you're going to know I'm right, but that's something you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life. Because every time she look at you, she's like, you're not even a man. And she can say that honestly, because you're not. Because you got to put your time toward your family. Who got time to be playing them stupid games at the end of the day? Nobody got time for that. You got to grow up and be a man at the end of the day. These guys, 5 individual grown men. Gee, it's sad what's going to happen to them this summer. It's awful what's going to happen to them. But, you know, hey, they played the game and they lost. You got to be a man at the end of the day. Gee whiz Louise. I would never go and do anything stupid like that. And I got a family to support at the end of the day. I don't care about no freaking YouTube squabble, whatever crap going on with somebody. That's none of my business. My family is my business at the end of the day. That's where I need to be at, to take care of my family. Who cares what you dummies are doing? Let you guys run out and do y'all dumb stuff. I'm past all that. I'm a grown man. I ain't got time for those kind of games. That's what your mentality should have been. But it wasn't. So you lost. Ugh. And I'm going to crush you in court. Ugh. Man, taco. Kada. I don't know who raised you. But I know one thing. My dad raised me right. You don't worry about what's going on in somebody's backyard. You worry about what's going on in your backyard at the end of the day. That's what you do. They're not supporting you. They're not putting food on your plate at the end of the day. Then ain't none of your business. You go about your own business. That's why I was brought up. Oh, let's go mess around with this gray screen a little bit. These white levels. Gotta have some fun with that. Where the heck is my gotta mess with the white gray screen for a little bit. Woo! Until then, I got a technology to develop. And with the technology I got to develop, I know I'm going to bring on some boneheads at the end of the day. And I'm just telling you from the door. Don't have me walk you into a courtroom with one of these screens, especially with a halo system stuck in it, because it's not going to go well. You're going to lose everything in the process. Take me as a joke, go ahead. Take me as a scammer, go ahead. See what happens to you in that courtroom. I'll clean your clock in there. Is that right, Taco? Clean that clock. Yeah, we'll clean that clock in. Like I said, I'm a nice guy at the end of the day. You got kids and stuff. Don't think at the end of the day that because you got kids, you can do what you want to do. Because that could basically go in a different direction. We just snatch your house from you. So don't go down that road. Because that can happen. Don't take risks like that. Why'd you put your family at risk like that? Why would you do that? That's just stupid. Why would you ever do that? You can't go to your kids and tell your kids at the end of the day, try to teach them to be good people of society. Hey, I want you to go and be a good person. I want you to... And you're doing dumb stuff like that online. You're a grown man. I can't wait to have that conversation with them. Let's play. Gray screen versus our technology. Disappear. Yeah. Can't compete with this technology. The stuff we got on the wall. What do you call it? The screen paint we have over here. You can't compete with anything. All of this stuff blends into gray screens. We test our stuff. We have to make sure all this stuff works. Because I got people that ask me questions every single day. Every forum site I go in, it's the same question over and over again and again. Even when I got people coming here, it's the same question. Sometimes I deliberately turn the lights out. Like I'm trying to hide something. I don't want them to turn the lights on. But they turn them on anyway, because they're trying to get me and they work. I like doing those. Those are fun. I love doing those. I'm coming to a real dark environment, right? Like here's the paint right here, here's the screen right here, so and so. So, okay. And I know the light switch is right there. I leave it right out in the open because I know they're just staring at it. I know they're going to turn it on. And they go, oh, it's like they turn the light. I wonder what, and they do it like that and they turn the light. Oh, wow. Some even pull out flashlights. I like those too. I like the doubters. The doubters are the ones that you get the more business from. Those are the ones the doubters are. Yeah, how crazy that looks. That's a gray screen. So again, as I said before, how does a gray paint turn our product unwatchable unless it's black paint? Now mind you, I'm not going to bring just this demonstration to court. I'm bringing all of them in. I'm going to do 4 black screen paints. 2 screens are that are physical and 2 screen paints. To show that not only does not match can't turn black or unwatchable, but all the rest of them can't be. I'm going to seal your fate in that courtroom permanently. So not only are you going to be accused of the one you claim, but we're bringing some more just for fun. That's what you don't want to deal with. So that's why I said, if you don't like the product, don't buy it. That's all to it. That's all. Just don't do dumb stuff to get you in trouble. That's pretty much it. And keep in mind, and the demographic that I have in my room, they're not teenagers. Mine's set to 18 only. So these are people of age that should know better. I mean, if you don't want your house, if you got a business, you don't want that. You don't want the money in your banking account. You want to be out in the street homeless. That's what your goals are. I can help you achieve those in no time at all. If you're jealous and don't like the product, just say you don't like it. That's all to it. I can't stand it. I hate it. Blah, 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 blah. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. Freedom of speech. I support it. But when you start saying things where you're calling us scammers, rip-off artists, con artists, I see you in court. Can't back it up, you lose everything. Mind you, penalty for hitting one of those things is $1 million. Now, for the rest of the people who want better technology, And they want to be able to have a screen produce beautiful white levels and the beautiful contrast levels and colors, and they want the best from their projectors. They don't have those intentions. Their intention is to get something better for something they paid money for. Or basically, at the end of the day, they don't have to spend a lot of money for something, but then they can still get a good quality screen. Because you know how it works in the world of home theater. You got to spend money in order to get that beautiful picture. That's pretty much how it works. But we know we got to run into jerks. It comes in any business. Keep in mind, you start a company, you will always run into jerks. You're going to have them. You have to know how to protect your company when you're dealing with jerks. And trolls behind their computers and behind their cell phones and stuff like to feel that because they use fake phone numbers and fake email addresses and all that they can't be found. But they don't realize that you can be found. You administrated all that evidence. Sheesh. But until then, we had the most powerful screen on the market. Well, soon to be. So we find something better than this one. You should never know. The Omegas won't be coming out for another 3 years, so we got no plans on that. That's why they'll probably really take out one of these. All right, off those white levels. I like to show that up the most. You know, I like to show off white levels constantly all the time on those screens. I love it. That's why you should be seeing in gray screens. A lot of contrast levels in fully lit environments, but you don't see that. Dark environments, and try to show you contrast. Nope, supposed to be in fully lit environments when you show that stuff off. Where is, let me see, I got one around here somewhere. Let's track it down. I want to do something else here real quick. Come on. What was that? Oh, AMSR. All right, cool. We got a new one. Let me see. This video is gonna be like 2 hours long. Would have been shorter than that, but I wanted to show off everything. I showed off in every demonstration. I always show off black paint, black fabric, and stuff like that against our screen. I show off in all the demonstrations because you're supposed to show it off every day. Every day you're supposed to show it off as much as you can. You know, you gotta back that. A lot of videos showing you doing this. All right, let me see. White screen, white surface. Right, I'm gonna white piece of paper. I'm not the same. Got flack in that one time. I did this white piece of paper, and the guy was like, "That's not the same as a white certified screen." Went out and bought a white certified screen. Did all the demonstrations, put everything together. White T-shirt, white bed sheet, white pillowcase, everything white. Put it up there, and guess what? It all blended in together. And I was like, "How much money did you pay for that white screen again?" And you could have did the same thing with a bed sheet. You know that, right? Take this one. Put this up here like so. There we go. And then one time I was walking in front of a screen and I had a black hoodie on, a black shirt on, black pants. And then they came and said, "Oh, your clothes match the screen." Yeah, I did a demonstration. Had my cargoes up there, my T-shirt and everything. Doesn't match at all, period. Then we gave away black fabric. We did with our screens. And then some dummy came up there, you know who, and said, "Hey, this stuff does the same thing as a black fabric." Yeah, we had tons of demonstrations on that. Good luck on those lawsuits, by the way. It's about 30 of those in there involving that black versus black stuff he was doing, claiming that stuff to be different forms of black fabrics and films. It's about 30 of them in there. It's a lot. I told you, it's a lot of lawsuits. It's a lot of them. A lot of lawsuits that he has coming toward him. And this new one coming up against what we have here. Hope you didn't make a demonstration about this one because this stuff hasn't even launched yet. But if you did, guess what? You're not getting this service. We wouldn't send it up to you. We're just going to flat out sue you. Because we know you don't have it. Nobody has it. There you go. That's the difference between a white surface and our product. As you can see, that's come up dark, and that's the gray surface blending in. Yep. We'll be on this one for a minute. Let's go pull up red screen. Red screen. Red screen. That's the difference in the red screen and the white screen. Later, technology won't read, does not pick up in any way whatsoever. Hold on for a minute. Let me just hold a minute quick. TV, technology. I'm gonna put this here. Take this. Put that here. Right? And then this stays, which I also gotta fight with this black to stay up there. Everyone wants to stay. Hopefully we get the black shirts to stay up there, because does not want to be up there. Just really does not want to be up there. Take up. See? So, bottom line is what happened here is the fact that the white light balance. Black screen can't produce it because it produces no white light whatsoever. So if you think that painting your screen with everyday black paint or whatever, bed sheets, whatever, it's not going to work. Because guess what? They're not meant to be projection screens. They're just meant to be what they were designed to be. Black paint, bed sheet, black pillowcase, whatever. They're not meant to be screens. So if you think at the end of the day that you can go in and you can basically take any black surface, paint, whatever, and do the same thing we do, you're going to be sadly mistaken. And your screen's going to come out at definitely trifling and ugly. As you can see right there, look how bad the rest look. The gray screen can't read because it doesn't pick up a high enough black level. And the white screen doesn't pick up a high contrast level at all, period. And therefore, that's what it is right there. It just washes out. Taco, yeah, I see you right there. Get away from that right now. Now, let's go, mister. You want to go back to the pen? I don't care. Get your attitude. Take your attitude. Go over there with your attitude. Told you he has attitudes. I told you he talks back to me. He has attitudes. He gets mad. You weirdo. Anyway, see, I get mad. Yeah, he has attitudes. Let's see. Is this question mark tail? It's quite this tail looks like a little question mark. Yeah. You ever not state of trouble, Mr. Man? All right. Anyway, so that's what we get from that. Abruptly disrupted by my argumental cat. Don't pump the sand, big head. Come over here. Come here. You want pets? You just want to bite me. Okay, whatever. Let me get what I got to get done. I'm almost done anyway. Maybe if be going somewhere. You know, to get some free time. I'm going to pop over to the park and chill. I've been studying this stuff for so long. I'm tired of it. Too much. I've been doing too much. Blue screen. Can I not express it again? There you go. See? So, again, the other one was telling you how to make your own black paint. Yeah. Gee, Louise. Some people should really never own a YouTube channel. Again, you don't know what you're doing. Because you don't understand the whole physics of white light. You don't get it. And why do you put that silver and then that mica? So what are you doing over there? You don't do it that way. Okay, forget it. They're idiots. Just leave it at that. You're going to wreck your freaking screen at the end of the day. Anyone who painted that hot mess on your screen, tell me how that one turned out. Mind you, it had freaking baby, it was a baby oil. It had freaking body gel in it. That's oil. You know what that's going to do to your screen? No matter how many times you paint over that surface, that oil is going to bleed right through every single time. It's going to hot spot your screen regardless on how many times you paint it. It's still going to bleed through. Yeah, good luck. You just ruined your screen with that mess. You have to know what you're doing with black technology. See? You see these tests. They don't do these right here for you. Of course they don't do these. They don't know what they're doing. They just take a screen, paint over it, say that it's going to pull up a black level, stick it in a dark environment, which it should not be in to begin with. So this is why gray screen can't match this, white screen can't match this, everyday black paint can't match this, and a certified ain't going to work either, because guess what? It can't pick up the infinity black level. Let's go pull up green. Green should have a better job, maybe. Green screen. Black one. Let's check out green screen. Oh, here we go. Now see right here, the gray would have a little bit better on the green screen, but again, like I said, it's only one color. That's basically about it. Everything else is opt out. Black ain't picking up jack. As you can see, it comes up dirty. Black paint. White ain't registering nothing at all, period. Let's go pop over and get some purple on top of this. Purple. But the problem with the green is, I see green can only administrate only one color shade of green, because that's all it can do. In order to show multiple shades of green, you have to be to produce black. It's required. It's like, you ever made green paint before? And if you add a little black to it, it actually changes the color of it. You add a little white to it, changes the color of it. It doesn't have that capability. Can't alter and change it. Let's go over to purple screen. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, come and play with me. Boom. Gray, washed out. Black, too dark. White, ain't even here. Does not even make it to the party at all, period. Lost the invitation. Gets back a day later. That's pretty much it. Let's go over to slow color changer. Did we get that? We didn't get that. Let's try her again. Slow color changer. They gave me snow color changer. I still gotta look into that. What is that? What this is going to do is randomly change out colors at will. So, gray screen did make a statement. They could turn our screen unwatchable, right? I'm not seeing it happening. And the black paint, well, at the end of the day, on the far end, it's regular everyday black paint. It's just black paint. It ain't pulling up jack. The white surface on the other end, it ain't competing too well either. I'm looking at that gray screen in the middle. I'm wondering why that gray screen is not making us look like that black screen on the far left. But in the video, for some reason, it just showed our product looking like the screen on the far, on this side right over here. See, why is that not making us look like that? Like we saw. See, there you go. And thus, if we do this to you in a courtroom, you're what you call doomed, fried, cooked, barbecued, shish kebab. You know what I mean? All those things at the end of the day. That's what you are. Because we'll do this in a courtroom. And you will lose everything. By the time that gavel hits, you've lost it all. Wasn't worth the gamble, right? Nah. And you got to turn back and look at your family in the courtroom, and they got to realize watching you stand up there like a complete idiot, losing your whole entire life, including the family behind you, which, keep in mind, she may choose to divorce you in that process because you're a jerk and you messed up badly. Yeah, you did. So, mind you, the embarrassment you're going to go through is going to be far, far worse. And mind you, all of it's going to be court documented, which means your name and what you did is going to be on public record for everyone to read anywhere in the world, because I'm going to make it so. So any job you go to, they look it up. You pop up. Hello. Yeah, because you got taken to court. We sued you. It'll be there. Everybody can read it. As a matter of fact, I'm building me a website, and everybody we sue who made false statements against our company, we're going to have you posted right there so everybody can read what happened to you in court. Now, if that gets you mad and you're upset, then don't do dumb stuff. Then you won't end up in that situation. The only people who get mad and get angered by that are people that are planning to do dumb stuff. Then you don't do dumb stuff, you don't end up in that situation. That's how that works. How are you going to get mad at me and say, oh, that's wrong? No. So it's right for you to go and do false demonstrations against my products and spread false lies about my work. That's right. And if I go in and I prosecute you in court, embarrass you in front of your family, embarrass you in front of your friends, and then pretty much take everything from you and throw you up on freaking public domain so everybody can read about the failure that you have just committed against yourself, challenging our company in court, I'm wrong on that? Yeah, go play around with another company and see what happens to you. Now, you deserve that. That's what you call, you play dumb games, you win dumb prizes. That's what you got. But the only problem is you got the whole grand prize. You got it all, everything. And you can't ask us to remove the website because we don't have to, because we won. So it'll be up there. Ah, okay, let's go past this. I'm curious. It's just all freaking looking delicious up there, isn't it? It is. Yep. Okay, I'm done. I got things to do. Taco. I'm talking about taco. I'm talking about taco. Taco, taco. Taco. That's all. Can't get mad about stuff like that. You did it to yourself. Come on now. You didn't even have to go down that road. Common sense. Common sense. Get the sample sheet. You want to spend the 30, spend 30 sample sheet. You don't like it, you don't like it. It's your business in the day. I don't care about that. When you start mentioning keywords that can get you thrown in jail, those are things you don't say. Oh, keep in mind, it does. You can get a prison sentence on that too because it's fraud against my company. I told you what happens with that. We read through that whole guideline yesterday. Yeah, we go before the bench and you lose a lawsuit, and the judge makes a mention like, hey, are you interested in filing criminal charges? You're in a lot of trouble if we say yes, because we can file. They'll arrange you for another court date. You'll be set up for another court date. Some for another court date for criminal charges for basically committing crimes against my company. You can't do that. So again, if the judge brings up, say, hey, you guys think my filing for criminal charges? If you got a family back there, I'll most likely say no. But if you did enough dumb stuff at the end of the day, some really, really, really dumb stuff, then I'm going to say yes. Then whatever he decides to give you, you get from there. Because I don't have how much time you get. We don't have any control over that. That's what the court gives you. And they feel that what you have done and what you're worthy of, how much jail time you're going to receive. So we don't need to go down that road, do we? No, we don't. All right, let me see something for a minute here. Oh, I want to go with the... Wait, did we just find that video either way? We found either way. We didn't have to go through all this. Just go over and get it from here. It'll be easier. That's what happens in that. Yeah, they ask us. You want to proceed with criminal charges? And if we sit there and say yes, and they say, okay, then we'll just have to resume and we'll schedule a date when you'll come in and get ready for the criminal charges of it all. Now, you don't want that stress at the end of the day. Nobody wants that kind of stress. Let's see where it goes. Let me see. What you do is you act like normal people and you don't like it, you don't buy it. That's what you do. You don't buy it. It's not your thing at the end of the day, you don't buy it. If you did buy it, you don't like it, and you sit there and say, hey, I didn't like it, it's not to my liking, this, that, and the other, but I suggest before you go plunge in, go get a sample sheet of it. If you don't like it, that's your opinion at the end of the day. I respect that. But again, if you want to use keywords and try to damage my company, you're going to hurt yourself pretty bad. I do these tests all day long, every single day. I do this every day. Now, where's that surface at? There we go. Boom! Yeah, your black levels on that. I thought we finished this video showing the white screen and gray screen that claims to have a contrast level. I don't know why they do that. Versus all black technology in a fluid environment. But you know what? Maybe we don't have enough light for our screen. Let me get that light over in the corner. It looks kind of lonely over there. I was like, oh, I'm lonely over here. Can you put me against the screen? Yes, I can. I got you covered right now. That's why we leave the light over there. Because we know people are going to ask about it. That's why we leave it there. Right there in the corner. See right there? I leave it there on purpose. Because I know when they come in, they stare at it like, hey, can you put that light against that screen? This light right here? I don't know. We never done that before. I can. I guess so. Let's see what happens. Now, you pretend you're one of the guys coming to see the screen. Like, you look at it, you go, hold on. Turn the lights off first. Moving on this side, turn the lights off, okay? You come in, you walk in, all the lights out. And the first thing you'll say is, okay, yeah, we're going to do this demonstration in the dark. Can't you turn the lights on? Oh, sure, you can turn the lights on. Oh, I got you. Turn the lights on. Right? They said, okay. Oh, shoot. It's still there. Yeah, still there. What about that, What about that light over there? You think you can put that against it too? Just curious. Just curious how to work. Huh? Yeah, that's a good question. We don't use it, but let's find out. Take the light. There's. It's good enough. That's good enough. Okay. There we go. Oh, okay. Let's see if it washes my screen out. It's doing a hard. The gray ain't doing too well. I like to leave stuff like lights and stuff. You know what I mean? I might leave a flashlight on the table, you know, stuff like that. Because the screen's gonna absorb all that light. Ka-dow! It don't last long. They be like, okay, we're good. They ask for white levels and all that stuff like that, color levels, stuff like that, you know. Yeah. Outer space. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, that was fun. Has been affected. That's what we designed it to do. That's what our blessing came with. The ability to be able to use that technology. See? Don't affect it. You see that light when it transitions? How much light smacking the screen? Yeah. That light right there? There you go, right in there. I want to check out something real quick. I gotta get some pictures on this one. Let me see. This one. Look at those cherries. See? You can even see the beads of water on them. I remember somebody was talking about they zoomed in, like, look, you can see the beads of water. And because you're 4K, please. I could do that on a black screen at 720p. You can see the beads. The screen's black. Can't get any more better than having a screen that's 100% black versus a projector with a 2,000,001. You do know that basically a projector with a 2,000,001 doesn't have an infinity. An infinity contrast level means you have an endless black level. If your screen's 100% black, that means you have the infinity level. Even black paint has an infinity level. It's black. Black curtains, my coat over there, everything is black, has an infinity level because there's no level rating of black level on it. Only projectors have that with that 2,000,001, 1,000,001, whatever. They have a rating. But the problem you have is with those surfaces, can they read and understand white light, which we showed you in the demonstration? They can't. And they can't have that balance of white light, then the colors come up too dark because there's too much contrast because they're not designed to see white light. Ta-da! Bam, bam, bam! Anyone ever explain this to you? They like technology. They didn't, did they? Yeah, that's why. They don't know what they're talking about because they haven't studied it long enough and they don't know it. All right, let me go get over here to this screen. We're past our time here, people. We had a nice long demonstration. We explained a lot of things. We explain the consequences of messing up with us. We explain how beautiful the technology looks. Woo! It's going to be an incredible technology. So I kind of speak to everybody. I speak to the companies that know, prepare, we're coming. I speak to the customers. You're going to get an amazing technology. Get rid of all this freaking traditional crap. Dump all that out the door. Pile all the traditional nonsense in a big old box and set it outside. Wait for the trash man to come pick it up. That's over and done with. Forget all that nonsense. We're done with that crap. Freaking ambient light controlled environments, calibrated projectors, buying projectors with high amount of contrast, expensive projectors, all that crap out the door. We're done with it. Move on. And as for people at the end of the day with the intention of doing dumb stuff, I'll see you in court if you mess up. It'll be the worst day of your life, I guarantee you. And your family will watch you fail right in front of you. You don't want that nonsense at all, period. So, my suggestion to you, you don't like it? Say you don't like it. I got no problem with that. When you start doing things to break the law, we will find you, I will get you, I will take you to court, and I will clean your clock. You understand me? All right, let's move on. We got things to do. Oh, and it's time for dumbness. Especially if you waste my time. I have to spend a time today to go in court and deal with dumb nonsense, or may have a representative coming for me. You're going to have to pay for that time. And that time does not come cheap. Till then, look how that looks. It's so good. Look at that. It looks amazing. It's like Luigi with the squeegee. I heard somebody say that one time in a game and it's stuck in my head now. We're playing Mario Kart at my buddy's house. He has a freaking Nintendo Switch over there. And I'm like, he was like, Luigi with the squeegee. I was like, oh no. He said, what? That's going to be stuck in my head for a while. Yeah. So I'm getting me actually a Nintendo Switch for this. Nintendo Switch is going to look gorgeous. Well, we're going to do it on gamer screen. We got the gamer technology coming out soon on one of these screens. Bam, bam. Look at that color. All right. I want you to just look at that right there. Soon. Those of you that are tired of getting ripped off, you're tired of getting robbed at the end of the day, soon this is going to be sitting in your living room, your home, inside, outside, bathroom, kitchen, wherever you want to stick it at. That's going to be in your home soon. And you can take all that traditional nonsense and stick it in a box and throw it out in the trash. Somebody comes in, you gotta have expensive projector. Please. One projector cost me $50. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. I had a ball here myself. Of course, we thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing us with amazing technology. We also thank our Lord and Savior at the end of the day for protecting against those who try to rise up and try to destroy our company, destroy our lives, and try to take everything from us. We thank Him for protecting us. Because, without the Lord, the devil would just be running rampage all over the place. He just want to do what he want to do, but he can't because God keeps him in place. He can only do what he think he can do, and that's basically about it. All right, hope you be safe out there. Can't wait to launch this technology so everybody can enjoy a beautiful and amazing screen. And if you're into screen paint products, check out this amazing technology we have behind. Soon, we're going to have the ultimate review coming up. I can't wait when it gets there. I'm excited. Got a lot of people in different forum sites waiting for this to pop off. So if you don't know, a guy named by the name of Crow1176 did a false demonstration about our product, made some false accusations, said our products came up too dark under his professional opinion. So we're sending that product up to his front door for him to do the demonstration himself. Keep in mind, Mr. Fernando's going to have a special batch number on it. I'm going to have some of that. My friend's going to have some of that. The gallons. So this things are virtually impossible to get around in court. So hopefully, you better make that stick. If it doesn't, you're in a lot of trouble, bud. A lot of trouble. All right, people. With that being said, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming out, and God bless.